So, David, tell me, when did you first realize that your voice was something that belonged to you, your singing voice, and not just something that just came out of you?
Sure. Well, actually, that has been a long arc for me just
Mhm,
because just to give a little bit of backstory, had a very difficult childhood. And I realized that that's not necessarily uncommon in this world, but it was very specific and unique in that I had one parent that was very atypical as far as how they presented themselves, and another parent that was very quiet. And when two of their three children were also a little off the beaten path,
mhm,
the parent that was also a little atypical responded very, very negatively to that. And so that just led to a really difficult, confusing, traumatizing childhood that caused me to question and doubt my voice, my intuitions, my
mm,
instinct, everything.
mhm,
And it's funny because discovering drag is what got me on a path to beginning to find that. But I celebrate 30 years this year of being in the art form. And now is probably the first time at almost 50 years old that I actually trust my voice and trust my
mm,
instincts.
mhm,
It took that long to unlearn some things and to work through some things, even as a professional.
mhm.
And that was another like internal struggle was, oh my gosh, I'm licensed to help people with this, but I can't figure my own shit out.
Mhm.
Huh? But I'll say that what began that like at least awareness was you have a talent for this. You have a
Mhm,
capability. Was I auditioned for a choir that was very difficult to get into when I was in high school,
mhm,
and I got in
mhm,
and continued to be successful with that. Was accepted into the School of Music at Appalachian State. Did not finish the degree that go round, but that's a different story, different
mhm.
TED
That's a
Talk.
different podcast. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And actually won several drag competitions singing
Mhm,
live. But even with all that evidence, and I think this is true for a lot of people, you can have all this actual evidence in front of us in life saying, call it the universe, God, whatever you're comfortable with, saying, no, this is good. This is
mhm.
what you should be doing. And that those internal struggles can still deny that evidence.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there a song that made you realize how you could use your voice, like, differently?
And that's also a bit of a long story. Most of them will be.
Mhm, everyone buckle up, buckle up, this is what it's like getting ready with Davita in the dressing room.
Uh-huh. Mouth of the South. Listen,
Mhm,
honey, my entire job is to listen to other people,
mhm,
except
mhm,
when I'm teaching, and then it is to talk.
mhm.
So, like, stuff like this, my turn. But like the discovery
Mhm,
of like connecting emotion and storytelling, because that was the important part for me is the storytelling piece. And like, what are you trying to communicate to your audience through your body?
mhm,
Was when I first did Judy Garland and sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow, because I literally meant that line. If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why can't I?
mhm,
That came from my absolute heart and soul. Um, and recently when I think about things like that really get to the core of who I am as a person,
mhm,
now I try to be much sillier, much less
mhm.
serious. I write a lot of parodies to things. Um, but it's funny because I still sing Over the Rainbow, but now I do a medley of Happy Days, or
Mm,
Get Happy,
mhm.
Happy Days
I know
prior
exactly what
to
you were
it.
talking about too, and then I'm like, I'm in it with you. Yeah, it's Pride Month.
Yeah,
Of course, I
yeah.
know what you're talking about.
But by putting that in front of it, now it's a full story that,
Mm,
that mixture of confidence, happiness, joy mixed with